Lazy Tarot, and Tastic is here.
Hello.
Just as moral support, or maybe because, you know, she's bored. I don't know.
I don't know either.
So today, I'm gonna do basically the 4 elements of the zodiac: fire, air, water, and earth. So I'll do a reading for each. You can decide if you want to read for your sun sign, your rising sign, your Venus, your moon, whatever it is you feel, you know, in your chart makes the most sense for you to hear a reading about. I tend to go with my rising sign a lot of the time, unless I have like a love question, then I tend to go with my Venus. But it's different for everyone. Some people just have a lot of planets in one part of their chart. This one has mostly Libra.
Yes.
Her sun's in Virgo, but she's got like 4 or 5 planets in Libra. So, you know, Libra tends to be a good sign for her. What can I? And and so, you know, like I said, it's different for everyone. But I'm gonna do fire first, and there'll be time markers. But I'll do fire, then air, then water, then earth, and you can watch any or all of them just as a timeless reading for, you know, something you need to know, or something that might be happening around you at the moment. So here we go. Okay, so this reading is for my fire signs. That's Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Again, it may not be your sun sign. You may be reading for your rising sign, your moon sign, your Venus, whatever you feel drawn to. But we're going to start with some Crow Tarot. The first card is the 2 of Swords. Alright, so we've got some stuck energy there. Some fence sitting, some indecision. We've got, oh, the Ace of Cups. That's nice. You can let the cat in. It's always exciting around here. And the 5 of Cups. Okay.
Get away when I open the door.
Alright, so we have the 2 of Swords, the Ace of Cups, the 5 of Cups. What I see here is, like, first of all, some mental indecision, or some mental, like, feeling stuck. At the same time, you've got, like, an emotional new beginning. Sometimes I also read this as a creative new beginning, even though I think wands tend to be more aligned with creativity. I do sometimes see, like, the Ace of Cups and the Page of Cups as kind of, there's a creative aspect to it. And then we have this kind of focusing on the wrong thing, focusing on what you don't have rather than what you do. These 2, the 2 of Swords and the 5 of Cups, tell me that something's going on for you where you are focused on the wrong thing, both emotionally and mentally, or your emotions are keeping you from making a decision, a logical decision mentally.
You're covering my face with the cards.
Yes. Ooh. But like, this Ace of Cups is, you know, the promise of a new beginning, a new start, emotionally and creativity. I think what you really need to do is make that decision. Remember to focus on the positive, on what you do have and don't have. Okay, if you're gonna laugh, you have to leave.
No, I'm not laughing at you. I don't know what I find so funny.
Okay, you're gonna have to go, or you're like gonna distract my viewers from the message. This is very important, and you're distracting people.
Go out of the view of the camera?
Well, just, can you behave?
Yes.
Okay. Anyway. Okay, so I think you need to focus on what you do have rather than what you don't have, because that will help you get out of that stuck 2 of Swords energy and move on to the Ace of Cups, that new beginning. Let's see what else we have. Compromise. There you go. And traveling. At the time of this filming this video, traveling is not something a lot of people are able to do, but There are a lot of ways to take a journey rather than physically, and this could mean a mental journey, a spiritual journey, a creative journey, because this is the Eight of Wands. And then compromise, which is the same as the Six of Pentacles, which means balance, give and take, generosity, giving when you can, and accepting help from others when you can't, or when you need it, I should say. So yeah, I mean, I see the Two of Swords and compromise, and these are both very balanced cards, right? It's again that kind of sitting still, whereas there's actually an implication from movement or motion. This involves giving and taking and transacting with others rather than just sitting there. So some kind of action needs to be taken. It's different for everybody because it's a general reading, but you need to make that decision, you need to take that action, give, take, compromise, and then you can get where and what you want. You can get over maybe whatever that Five of Cups is and get onto that Ace of Cups. Got a Moonology card. Oh, here you go. The end of a tough cycle approaches. Full moon in Capricorn. So there you go. I mean, if you do what I've suggested, make that decision, take those actions, compromise, stop, digging in your heels or sitting on the fence and refusing to come to a decision, then you can end this cycle that you're in that's so hard for you right now. We've got truth, clarity. We've got you see like the Ace of Cups and like truth, a start. Like, I feel like anytime you come to a truth or a start of something, truth and resolution are kind of, in my mind, related. So again, getting rid of that Two of Swords, like stuck energy, and coming to a moment of truth. And finally, color, beige. That's exciting. No, it says quiet, gentle, neutral, respite, and service. So, I mean, I feel like, yeah, a lot of these cards, the Five of Cups, actually it's funny because this kind of end of a tough cycle is a beige-ish looking card, and the truth card is pretty beige. Usually when I do these color cards, it's like, oh, here's a color that might inspire you, or something you should wear for good luck, or, you can wear beige, I guess, wear some khakis, I don't know, sit in a beige room. This room is pretty beige, actually. But I think more than anything, this card is telling you to meditate, go someplace quiet, kind of like come to that truth and that conclusion and that decision that needs to be made so you can move out of the cycle you're in and start that Ace of Cups cycle. Sorry, my voice is like breaking now. Okay, so anyway, that's what I have for my fire signs, and hopefully, take what resonates, leave the rest, and we will move on to air. Okay, so this is for my air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. You pay attention. She's learning. We're gonna start with some tarot. We got the Queen of Pentacles. So the Queen of Pentacles I always think of as just the ultimate mom. She makes sure her kids have good lunches. She's taking care of everybody in a material way. Why are you laughing? She's laughing because I'm not one of those moms.
No, you are. I like that that's how you think of her.
No, but I mean, that's, yeah, for me, and every tarot reader is different. Every tarot reader has kind of different feelings for the cards. But for me, the Queen of Pentacles is like the hands-on mom who's just gonna make sure, like, physically the kids are comfortable, cared for, they've got, you know, clothes that fit, they've got good food to eat, things like that. So this may be you, it may be somebody in your life right now. She can be, but like, you know, I don't think she's like, it's not a malicious thing. We've got the Page of Cups. So this is a young person usually. And someone who is creative or thinks a little bit differently. Someone who may bring you an invitation or just say something surprising, something you don't expect, kind of forces you to look at things in a new way, a different way, because they'll phrase something in a weird way and it'll start your brain going. And the Ten of Wands. Okay, so responsibility. So if you look at the Queen of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles is someone who has a lot of responsibility. I mean, she is a queen. And she accepts that responsibility and quite willingly takes it on and makes sure that the people, you know, who depend on her can depend on her and don't go without. And this may be like one of the children in the house, or again, another young person. If you're not a mom, if you're not dealing with a mom, you know, we're talking about an authority figure and an underling of some kind. You may be one or the other, or this may be a dynamic that's playing out around you. We have Change, which is the Wheel of Fortune. And we have, Past Lives, which is the same as the Moon. Interesting. So we have, we've got these two people who possibly have a past life connection, and the dynamic between them is maybe going to change. It may be that the Queen of Pentacles, who's been carrying all of this weight, is going to shift some of that responsibility onto an underling. So it may be a parent that starts to make the kids do their own laundry, or, you know, expects the kids to do a certain amount of stuff on their own. It could be a manager or a boss who starts to delegate tasks to someone under them. But there's definitely like a shifting relationship dynamic, specifically involving a certain amount of responsibility, weight, load of some kind. A win-win outcome is forecast. Full moon in Libra. Well, Libra, hello. Yeah, so whatever this change is, maybe you're nervous about it. Maybe if you're the parent or the manager and you're worried that it'll go all wrong if you hand off this task, that, you know, it can be hard to cut the apron strings. It can be hard to say, it's one of those things where you want to do things because you know you can do them right, and sometimes it's faster, right? Sometimes the parent goes, oh, I'll just do it because it'll be faster if I do it, because I can do it well and quickly and correctly, and it doesn't give the underling a chance to learn. But like that Page of Cups, it maybe has a different way of doing things. Like I said, they tend to be surprising, and there might be an adjustment required there, understanding their way of handling a task or their way of approaching something. But in the end, it's a win-win. They're going to learn, you know, to be self-reliant, or they may even come up with new ways of doing things that are even more efficient than before, and you will have a little bit off of your desk. And if you're the underling, if you're the child or the person working under this manager, you're going to benefit. It might at first feel like, oh God, more work, I don't want that, but in the long run, it will be to your benefit. Either a promotion, or if it's one of my kids, she's like picking at her shirt.
There's like a piece of fluff from my cat stuck in my shirt.
And, you know, eventually she will, oh, I hear the cat now. She'll eventually benefit from learning to do her own laundry, not going away to college and not knowing how to do it. Oh, and here we go, new beginnings. Awesome. So yeah, again, that change, that shift, new beginnings coming. Aw, Crowley. And the color, hot pink. Yowza. Okay, what do we have? Acceleration, motivation, attraction, flirtation, movement. So again, new beginnings, change, movement. We've got like all this stuff going on. Put on some hot pink lipstick. I don't know. Like, you know, maybe this color will turn up as a sign somewhere for you. But yeah, overall, what you're dealing with right now is some kind of shift to or away from, you know, you. And it might seem scary and it might seem intimidating, but in the end, it's all going to be to the good. You're moving in the right direction. It's all good. Alright, I'm gonna do water. Okay, water signs. Your Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. This is your tarot reading. We're gonna start with, oh, we got the Fool. Well, there you go. Time to start a new cycle, a new adventure, take a leap of faith, something along those lines. Ace of Swords. That is a definitive yes if you're asking any questions. Between the Fool, which is the beginning of the major arcana, and the Ace of Swords, which is the beginning of the swords suit, you know, clarity. So you're seeing clearly enough that leap of faith, you know what you're supposed to do. You know what you need to do. You know what the good idea is. And oh, and the World. Wow. Okay, so check that out. You go from the Fool, the World. Am I holding this the right way? Anyway, go from one to the other. From beginning to end, A to Z, soup to nuts. Awesome. So yeah, new start and a conclusion. Wow. I don't even know. I don't even know like how to conceptualize that you're coming full circle in something. Something's ending, something's beginning, and that Ace of Swords gives you fresh clarity and promises you a certain amount of victory in whatever it is you are about to attempt. We've got Maturity, which is the Ace of Pentacles, I think. Do you want to check that for me? I think this is the Ace of Pentacles. But, is Rainbow's Pentacles?
Maturity. Ace of...
It's Ace of Rainbows.
Yeah.
But, okay, well, I believe in this deck the rainbow is Pentacles. So we've got two aces, basically. Two, just, again, reaffirming the yes, reaffirming the new beginning. And the Miser. Oh yeah, so yeah, this is the Four of Pentacles. This is the whole holding on to something. So here's the thing. When you hold on to what you have, you know exactly what you have. But the thing is, you're never gonna have anything else but what you have. So, if you want more or something different, you have to let go. You have to spend money to make money, as the saying goes. You have to, you have to be willing to let go of some things to make room for other things. So these cards suggest that maybe you're clinging to something because it's comfortable and it's the thing you know, but what you really should be doing, that's a very water sign thing, by the way. They like their comforts. What you should be doing is thinking of ways to use your resources to get you to where you want to be, as opposed to holding on to your resources for fear of losing them. It's all a gamble, right? Like, there's always a chance you'll lose, but these cards with, the aces and the Fool and the World suggest that it's a cycle. You're ending one and beginning another, and you're gonna have to let some things go in order to start the new cycle. What do we have here? Oh, bring love into the situation. New moon in Aquarius. All right, so I mean, water signs typically have no problem bringing like love and emotions to the situation. It could be with this Ace of Swords and the Pentacles, you're almost trying too hard to be logical at a time when you should actually be letting some of your heart or your gut dictate what you do. And that's pretty irregular for water signs. They're usually told, oh, you're too emotional. You should be looking at this more logically. But for once, baby, go with your heart, go with your gut. Healing. Okay, so that could be a physical thing, it could be a spiritual, a mental, emotional, but healing is in the cards for you. Again, that new cycle, maybe starting off fresh, feeling healthier than before, letting go of old wounds, letting go of this Four of Pentacles energy, and moving forward in like wholeness. Oh, forest green. Male ancestors, spirits of the forest, fatherhood, commitment, and longevity. So, yeah. So forest green, there may be like a male in this situation. There's either a lot of masculine energy, or a man is like central to whatever your situation is. But wear forest green, or maybe forest green will be a sign for you at some point. The light bulb will go off if you see someone wearing it, or if you see something that is this color. I would suggest, if you can safely, go outside, spend some time in nature. But yeah, that is what I have for you. Like I said, letting go of the old so you can start this new cycle, because you've got like healing and other good things coming, but you need to let go of what you're holding on to first, and at the same time using maybe your heart and your gut a little more than your logic for once. Like, for once, doing that thing that as a water sign you're so often told not to do. Alright, so that's your reading. Hopefully it resonates with you. If not, sorry, it is a general reading. It's not going to work for everyone. But I'm going to do my earth signs last, certainly not least. Okay, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, my earth signs. Last but not least, here is your reading. What do we have? We have, the Five of Swords. Yay, conflict. The Wheel of Fortune. Yay, for changes. And the Page of Pentacles. Alright, so that will stop. We'll start with this. The Five of Swords means conflict, and often, in my experience, it means winning for the sake of winning, but at the end of the day, your win is actually a loss. It's like winning the battle but losing the war. I've said this before, but it's a fight that maybe you should walk away from. The Page of Pentacles is usually the kind of, it's usually a young person, maybe you, maybe someone you know, but it's someone who has some good ideas, someone who is slow, perhaps, to, how do I put it? Someone who has some very fixed ideas and is slow to change their mind or change their course. And so maybe some of the conflict that you're dealing with is that there is someone, or it could be you, who kind of has this idea of how something should be and is reluctant to adapt or change or compromise or something along those lines. But this Wheel of Fortune suggests that the situation is changing, and either the person will need to change, they won't really have a choice, or the situation is changing, and and the change of the situation is them going ahead and changing their minds. Got the Three of Wands, experiencing, and we've got the Two of Cups, friendliness. So we're going from this person who's not willing to change. There's a, but then there is a change, the Wheel of Fortune, and then a friendliness begins. Like, we leave behind this Five of Swords conflict, so long as you're not set on winning for the sake of winning. So long as you are willing to compromise and they are willing to compromise, you can get to this point where there's friendliness and there's progress. The Three of Wands is usually waiting for your ship to come in, knowing that you're making this deal and the payoff is coming. So but you gotta avoid, like, again, just focusing on winning. Like, some people just hate losing and they only want to win because they don't want to lose, and they see compromise as a form of losing. But in this case, winning would actually be what causes you to lose, as opposed to compromising, right? Does that make sense? It's kind of complicated, convoluted. Confidence is your key to success. New moon in Leo. So, yeah. Again, we've got this Five of Swords energy, and it is a very confident energy. And again, it is a winning energy. It's just a question of whether or not it's pick your battles, right? I think you need to be confident enough to know what you're willing to trade, if that makes any sense. Like, if you're picking your battles, know what your absolute, deal breakers are, and then anything else, be willing to, compromise on, be willing to fudge a little. Got Hope. And then you guys, two cards fell out of the deck for you. Oh, Hope and Wisdom. So, yeah, definitely wisdom is going to be required in whatever this dealing is that you're doing, this negotiation or whatever. And because it's a general reading, I mean, I don't know if this is like a business thing. I don't know if you and a partner are arguing over something, or you and your kids, since it's a page. I don't know. But there is hope. And you need to, you need to have wisdom. Pray for wisdom. The confidence, it's a heady mix. Here, I'm gonna, green. Just green. Healing, growth, heart-centered, unconditional love, and life energy. Yeah. Unconditional love. Yeah. So, again, when you're so focused on winning, love goes out the window, because your focus is on you and what you want and what you can get. And what the cards are saying is that in this case, that's not where you should be. You need to heal whatever this conflict is between you and this other person. You need to have wisdom. And you need to, in order to get to that Two of Cups, you're going to need to, pick your battles and be very careful with what you're doing. I hope that makes sense. It's a complicated message in these cards, and it's kind of hard to articulate. But overall, there's hope. There's hope. There's literally hope in this card. But it's not easy. But in this case, it's going to be essential. Like, say you and a family member disagree over something like politics. I'm not going to get into it, but again, you're going to have to decide if it's more important to you to be right, or more important to you to just kind of let it go and have a relationship with this person. You know, I think on all sides, everybody's going to have to just kind of be a little more flexible. And it's hard. The Page of Pentacles, Earth energy in general, tends to be pretty, you know, solid. You know, the Earth doesn't give way easily. So it can be, but in this case, you're just being told, you know, allow a little water to come in and moisten the soil, make it a little softer, and, you know, use a little bit of wisdom before, you know, you turn things into an all-out conflict, because they don't have to be an all-out conflict. Conflict can be avoided in this case. Okay, so that's what I have for you. If it's not clear, or if you have questions, you can leave them in the comments below. Thanks again to Tastic just for hanging out.
Hello.
I could see like part of the cat. You want to see the cat? There he is. There's the cat. He's a sweet boy. He's sweet when he's not trying to eat my tarot cards. Anyway.
You know, every now and then.
Yeah. He's so bad. Okay. That's all I have for today. And hopefully I won't wait so long before doing another tarot reading video. I don't know. I've been busy. And
Oh, maybe.
there's the other cat. So with that, I'll say goodbye.